say you're walking into a room and seeing a stack of $100 bills so high it touches the clouds. Now imagine burning all of it just to throw a golf ball at the moon. Well, that is kind of what happened in the 1960s. And to be honest, it is still happening right now. Back then, the United States decided to go to the moon and it was super exciting, right? But have you ever wondered what if we just did not go? How much money would we have saved from the very first moon mission all the way to the recent 2026 moon visits? Stick around because the final number is going to completely blow your mind. To understand how much money we are talking about, we have to look at the total bill for every single moon trip. In the beginning, the government spent about $26 billion on the famous Apollo missions. But because things were much cheaper decades ago, that amount of money today is actually way bigger. In today's money, that is about $310 billion. Plus, we cannot forget the recent trips. NASA has been spending a ton of cash to get back to the moon with the new Artemis missions, including the big crewed flight around the moon in April of 2026. This new program has already cost around $93 billion. So, if you add the old missions and the recent 2026 visits together, the United States has spent over $400 billion just on the moon. So, what could the government have achieved for its own citizens if that mountain of cash was spent right here on Earth? Like, imagine what $400 billion could do for everyday Americans. For starters, we could have completely erased the student loan debt for millions of people. I mean, imagine going to college, getting a great degree, and never having to pay a single dollar back. It would give young people a massive head start in life, right? Or sort of think about the homes we live in. With that kind of cash, the government could have built over 1 million affordable brand new houses for families who are struggling to find a safe and cheap place to live. It could have completely ended homelessness in America and given every single person a warm bed to sleep in. On top of that, we could have used the leftover money to fix every broken road, rusty bridge, and old water pipe in the country, making every city super clean and safe. But wait, it gets even better. What if we use that money to make sure no one ever had to worry about getting sick? With $400 billion, the country could have built hundreds of the most advanced hospitals in the world and paid the doctor bills for every single person who cannot afford health insurance. You see, instead of launching rockets into the dark, empty sky, that money could have directly saved millions of human lives right here on the ground. It really makes you think, was leaving footprints on the moon worth skipping out on all these amazing things for the people? But hold on, because there is a huge twist to this story. If we saved all that money, we might actually be poorer today. How is that possible? Well, to get to the moon, scientists had to invent a lot of crazy new technology. Because they had all that money to experiment, they ended up inventing things like memory foam for coffee beds, cordless tools, scratch-resistant lenses for glasses, and even the special baby formula that keeps tiny babies healthy. So, if we kept that $400 billion in our pockets, we might not have all these cool things we use every single day. So, at the end of the day, not going to the moon would have left the United States with enough cash to build a literal paradise for its people with free college, new homes, and amazing healthcare. But by spending it, we kind of bought the modern world we live in right now. Next time you look up at the moon at night, just think about that giant invisible price tag floating in the sky and ask yourself, would you rather have a pocket full of cash or a footprint on another world? Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.